Overlap is a quick phase that's achieved in every high-level swing. To first see this with Carlos Correa, we're going to watch one of his takes and see how he goes through his loading sequence. See here how he maintains in-step pressure against the inside of his back shoe, which allows him to get the coil around his rear hip. You're going to see him walk out here, his hand action and stride action matching up because he has a little bit of a knee lift. You can see his hands pumping down. This allows him to get in rhythm and tempo. And you can see a clear coil of the hips on his advance out. You can see how the belt buckle is turning against his back leg. He's beginning to go into his scap load. Now he's in his full pullback at foot down. The body's still coiling. And it's starting to uncoil just prior to foot strike, although he still has resistance in his full upper body load. This was a take. I call it an active take, where he had intent to swing. And at any point, because he's in a full upper body load, he can say no go. And that's because the upper body was still in the loading process while the lower body was beginning to uncoil. Here we'll see this in a Correa home run. Going through the same load stride sequence, you can see how the lower body right here beginning to unload against maximum load of the upper body. He's in his full scap load at this point. This is what creates the tremendous torque of his swing, which adds to his power, but even more importantly, gives him greater adjustability, being able to see the ball longer before he gets into his full launch. Now the lower body is winning that battle against the resisting upper body, which also puts him in good barrel depth on his way to the ball. He gets on plane very, very early and creates an optimal attack angle to lift this ball for a home run. You can see how he stays through the ball thus because of that, and we'll take him into another angle of this where you can see that upper body pulling back. I'm going to scroll back and forth here. While the lower body is uncoiling, he actually starts the uncoil of his hips before his foot even hits the ground, just prior to foot strike. But he's still working into his full upper body load. This is that position that we call overlap. That small moment of time where the lower body is unloading and the upper body is still loading. This is something that's present in every high-level swing that's achieved through great tempo and timing. And I'm not talking about timing of the swing, not the ball-bat collision. I'm talking about the timing of the lower body and upper body during the loading sequence. This is something our Texas contributor Matt Pierce says load to unload. This is the simultaneous loading and unloading of the body. During overlap, this is happening at the same time. The lower body is beginning its unload while the upper body is still loading. This is how you achieve maximum bat speed and adjustability. But to go backwards, you have to have great tempo and timing of the body parts in order for it to happen. See this at elitebaseball.tv for the drills to achieve overlap and find your best swing.